Hey, Joe here from churchfacebookads.com. Today I have Shakib on the show with me. Yeah, Shakib, go ahead and tell them who you are, how we connected, and kind of what you're up to in the church social media world.
So it's fun. It's like in life, I don't really believe in coincidences. Coincidences. I believe things happen for a reason. So I was in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Sorry, Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm a social media strategist slash manager for a church in Atlanta, Georgia. I was in North Carolina for a little gig, for a little, just a gig, um, and pretty much I had a hard time trying to come up with a post and how to like make this post go kind of not viral, but just to like spread it out to more people for my church. So every now and then, as a social media strategist, you get kind of paranoid, like, okay, maybe my pastor's gonna fire me, maybe I'm not doing what I'm expected to do, like I'm gonna be let go, and I went to Google on my, I went to my in my laptop at the hotel, and I was like, man, what should I do? So I just typed in church ads for Facebook, and I saw a bunch of gurus out there trying to like do the same thing, like, oh yeah, boost your post, boost your post. I'm like, man, who are these guys? So then I found you. I guess because you also had a good headshot. I mean, that's probably why I even clicked on the ad, on your YouTube channel first. But I clicked on you, and man, that's how I found you. The minute I saw you, I'm like, dang, this guy knows what he's talking about. So at first I was kind of skeptical. So you mentioned something about Facebook and their lookalike audience. I'm like, okay, why does this guy keep on talking about lookalike audience? What the heck is lookalike audience? I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Being a social strategist, and I actually finally applied it, and it worked. And from there, I gave you a comment on YouTube, and look at us.
Yeah, dude. I originally thought you were in Dubai because there was another Mosaic Dubai. I thought that was your church that you were at. And so when you kept commenting, I'm like, man, this guy's like in Dubai, but I can't connect with them. It's like different time zones. And then I realized I was like, oh, it's two different churches. That's a different church than the one you were at. So you brought up something super awesome there, and I do actually have the post that you were talking about, where you're talking about. Was that the post? Is it this one here? This post?
That's the one. That's the first post I worked on after I watched your video.
Cool. Did you get the course and then you did that, or did you just watch the videos and then did it?
I watched the videos, but then also the course, the little three-part course you had on the website.
Yeah.
That was more like detailed with the actual like Facebook platform. So actually, as I was playing the course, I was actually setting up this ad.
Okay. Did that even help you, or you didn't even need that to set it all up?
Oh, honestly, well, to make a post itself is easy, but that course itself, I think on part 2 of the course, where you talked about the lookalike audience
and how to set all that up and what to exclude. Okay.
That really helped me out. I mean, I had 2 laptops. I had you playing over here.
You had a full-on live stream happening right there. That's awesome. Cool, man. And guys, if you're listening, the course he's talking about is at churchfacebookads.com. It's completely free, and it literally just walks you through, because people keep asking me, like, how do I set up my first ads? Where should I start? Like, that's the course I would start with. And then the only reason it's in a course is so that if you get stuck any part of the way, you can just ask questions, and which people always do, like if they're on part 1 or 2 or 3. So that's super cool. So yeah, like what I love about this post that's over here is you literally just wrote the copy. Like that's the image that posts from Facebook, right? You didn't even put a background. Yeah, like
copy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Like, look at that, and already 155 comments, 50 shares. Is this more than what your posts usually were doing?
This is a lot more. Like, I went back through all our old posts, like from 2019, and I didn't see anything that had 155 comments. Like, 50 shares on a regular post. I mean, yeah, granted, we'll get that kind of stuff on a Sunday live feed.
Yeah.
But something like this as a post, as a question post too, I'm like, what? I was too, honestly, and this is what I noticed as a social media strategist working for a church.
Yeah.
We're too busy like comparing ourselves to like other churches.
Yes, yes. I just did a video this morning talking about that, and that's cool that you called that out. Like, that was super unplanned, and that's awesome, because I see that a lot too. And as Elevation, we were not looking at other churches, but I saw so many churches looking to Elevation, and I was like, this is broken. And that's kind of what I hoped, like, subliminally to fix in this whole world, is churches looking to brands and copying them. I do think we should all look to other people to copy, and it basically is like inspiration, and that's how we get our our style and begin to make it our own. But yeah, that's a great point.
A funny thing also is that recently, like when we connected, you mentioned something about like a lot, like I said, going back to looking at other churches. we're busy comparing our church with other churches. Like, oh my God, how many times are they posting? What kind of quality content are they having? So you brought up a good idea the other day. You were like saying like, yeah, you don't have to post so much in a day.
Yeah.
So I did a little experiment by just posting. Like I used to post on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, probably like 3 to 4 times a day.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I feel like my audience was like, okay, they're getting tired of me.
Yeah.
So what I did actually this week, past Monday, I posted like once. This entire week I'll probably only posted twice. The entire week so far, and it's what, Thursday, and I'm getting more likes, more engagement, more views, and I'm thinking honestly also because I still have that lookalike audience still like in the system going.
Yes, so like the new people coming in, and then they're checking out your feed, and then they go to the last 2 posts on the top 3 of the grid. It's like, boom, there it is. Yeah, so you're not even running ads for these new posts. You just have it for that one question post, right?
For that one question post,
and that's like, yeah, and you were like, we didn't even talk about this. I didn't even know you were doing this, which is what I love about this. It wasn't like, hey, do this, and then like send me the screenshot. But you just sent me the screenshot after we connected. I was like, dang! And what's so cool about it is like, this takes away every excuse a church could have. It's like you just asked a question. Any other church could just literally post the same question. Like whatever your church is right now, and you're wondering what to post for your Facebook ads, and you're looking at inspiration, all that's like, just literally ask the same question right here, and people want to talk about themselves on social.
Exactly. I realize that engagement, like even to connect, like with our church, we try like, yeah, we're a church, but we also want to make it more like everyone knows each other. Everyone has a voice in our platform. Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
And then what I learned, in my brief, I mean, I've been with the church for like about 3 or 4 months now, and
dude, you're crushing it already. Just so you know, like, because you don't really know, you're not from this world. You're just like, I just posted this, and you'll see what it gets for engagement. Like, I'm telling you, like, I've worked with a bunch of different churches, even beyond Elevation, smaller ones, ones that are around the same size, and they don't usually get this much engagement. And just to like, just your eye, I think, from like just being like, oh, I'm just gonna ask a question and go from there, and your ability to just execute quickly is the game changer for this.
I appreciate it. I mean, hey, it's your lookalike audience, because a majority of those comments are like new people. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's this person?
Are they bots? So like, that's what I want to talk about. Is like, are there a lot of bots? I just did another video this morning talking about bots. I was like, okay, I need to address this if this is happening for some people. And I noticed even a church I was working with, they were seeing more bots.
So check this out. Whenever I ran, before I even like saw your stuff, I used to run like page campaigns.
Yep. That's his bird, by the way, guys. He has a little bird. If you want to bring it on the show, feel free. Don't hesitate. That's what this show's about. Yeah, he's gonna go get his bird real quick. But yeah, guys, as you can see, like, this is just awesome stuff. I wanted to bring him on because he was just sharing with me what he's doing on social, and I was like, nobody will ever hear about Shakib if I don't put him on right now, and I think he needs to get on. Oh, is it a boy or a girl?
It's it's a shoe. Honestly, I don't even know.
Oh shoot!
I have no idea because they all have the same part. But anyway, it's my inspiration. Whenever I'm doing like Facebook ads, this is a little buddy.
Dude, that's feathers, Facebook ads with feathers. Dang. What's her name, by the way? What's her name?
Oh, Tuti.
Tuti. Hey, do they talk? I don't want to say he or she now. I'm confused. Do you call it a he?
Call it now, but it's a funny story about this one. When I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, for that gig I mentioned.
Did you take it?
The bird is actually in it too, in this project we're doing.
Oh,
pretty cool. You'll see. It'll come out by next year. We'll see. So
that's awesome. Shakib's an actor, by the way, in case you didn't know. And then you were wondering, like, what does he keep saying gig? Is he a hitman? I'm like, no, he's an actor.
I'm not acting for this channel. I'm just being legit. Like, I'll show you my proof. Like, I actually work for a church because actors gotta get, actors gotta work.
Yeah.
You gotta work. In the streets.
Yep.
But, going back. Sorry. The page thing. I used to do page campaigns. I'll get bots from I'll get people from Indonesia. Like not wrong.
Oh yeah. When
strange profiles. But with the lookalike ads, honestly, I mean, you mentioned there's bots, but I don't think I got any bots. Like I got a lot of people. I guess I got lucky, maybe with my location, maybe, or what?
Yeah, guys. If you and I just did a video on this of how to spot a bot, It's called Spot a Bot on my channel, and you just type in Spot a Bot Joe Chavez, you'll be able to find that video. But it'll break down like how do you find a bot, how do you know if it's a bot, and what to do about it from there. But yeah, I mean that's good to hear. Then if you're not getting bots, I knew, and somebody else had commented on one of my videos saying like, "Hey, I did your lookalike, and I'm getting a bunch of bots." And so when that happens, I think just narrowing your targeting and changing your objectives sometimes from like reach to engagement or link clicks will help with that. But that's good to hear, man. That's real people commenting. What do you do from there, like when they comment? I'm just curious.
Oh, so me being in the field I have to be always on my phone and make sure like I respond to something. So whenever like someone replies to if someone writes me a comment, I go out my way and actually respond back. I feel like if you could respond within 10 minutes of that comment, despite what you're doing, I mean we're always on our cell phones.
Yeah.
I mean I feel like I want to keep, for this church, I want to keep my connection with people. Like it could be like, could you send prayers to me, or I'll respond. If someone sent this comment about what did you learn about yourself during the pandemic? Some person said I learned about patience through my divorce. I'm like,
dang.
I'm like, please elaborate on that.
Yeah.
So we had a full long conversation in the comments.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then other people joined in the conversation. So it's like,
is this post live somewhere? Like, can I find is it on your page?
It should be somewhere in there.
Okay, I'm gonna
there's a lot of stuff over there, but and then there's every now and then I think I probably had one random person saying like some crazy thing about Satan is gonna consume.
Yeah, that's always in there. People always come out of the woodworks with that. You're like, whoa, calm down.
Sport warriors, but yeah, even like even on my I actually recently had another post yesterday. And I'm like, I didn't do the lookalike audience on that yet, and I was going to start that today, and people I never even seen in our church are like writing in our comments. Like I think I posted yesterday, I have like at least probably like 50 to 60 comments of all engagement, people talking to me about their life stories, how they found Jesus Christ and all that. It's crazy, man. It's like our engagement in this few like weeks has been going up.
Dude,
like,
that's so good to hear. I know we chatted because we had guys, just in case. Like, I just love being super transparent with you guys on this channel. It's like at the Faith Center, Pastor Vince reached out and was like, hey, could we just hire you to do it? And I was just like, my first goal is always like, hopefully you guys can do it on your own with your existing team. So I just shared with them basically like a full-on masterclass on Facebook ads, which I'm going to be releasing here too. It's like a full-on course in an hour of just how to think about Facebook ads and social media engagement. And that's what they've been using for free. Like they're not paying me anything, and they're able to just increase their engagement. So, dude, I'm glad you're actually taking advantage and using like the content to grow your reach. And you could actually just post like anything new you post, you can put into that campaign, just so you know, like the existing campaign or the existing ad set. You can just start putting that in. Yeah, I would start refreshing that each week, and that way you have new content in there, as well as promoting your weekend sermons, like from the previous week. Hey, here's a new sermon from last weekend. You could put those in there as well.
I want to let people know about this post you're seeing right now, though. What did you learn about yourself during the pandemic? That post only lasted 2.5 days.
What?
In 2.5 days, like I'm like, what? My phone was like going crazy. I'm like, what is all this? I swear, and I'm not trying to fluff it up. I swear I got my phone.
How much did you spend on it?
I put $5 a day when I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I did it on Saturday, and I left Raleigh Monday to come back to Atlanta. So,
dude, like
almost 2 days.
It's like $15, if that.
That was more like it was like $10.69, something like that. I didn't even get to 15. That's the thing. I'm like,
dang.
I was skeptical. Like,
can you text me the screenshot right now? Is that even possible?
Let me see. Hold on.
Because if you could, I'm just gonna pull that up. Because I have my phone right here. Me and him were having issues logging on here. But yeah, if I can do that, I would love to just pull that up literally and be like, hey, look, this is not photoshopped.
Oh yeah, show you the actual like.
Yeah, like just show me like just screenshot like on the back end of the how much you paid for it. If it shows it to you, I'm not sure if it does. But this is gold, man. I didn't realize you only ran that for 2 days.
Yeah, it was only 2 days.
Yeah, this
is
is literally exactly what I wanted to happen when I was like thinking of this channel. I was like, hopefully people take this stuff and they use it, and like that's just great for you because it makes you look better in your role.
Yeah, other church channels are. I mean, I'm not discrediting them, but they're like showing, oh yeah, you should boost your post. Click on boost post. I'm like,
You're talking about like pro church tools? Oh,
no, not. Well, besides, I mean, I'm comparing you to like the other church.
Got it.
Before I found you, I was like going down videos. I'm like, man, these guys are all the same. Like,
Mhm.
and then towards the end of the video, like, hey, sign up for my course. Da, da, da. I'm like, you're just being honest, man. That's what I liked about you, man. Like,
Good.
Look, we never even met. That's the thing. I was in North
I know,
Carolina.
dude. I was like, when you said like, hey, your heart for like helping the church came through. I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. And that's even kind of what started me to say like, I'm gonna start putting more effort into these because I was spending, like I said, hours on blog posts, and you've never read them. You're just like, yeah, watch the video. It's super helpful. Thanks, and you're getting results.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I got to just do what's best for the audience.
So I don't think I could pull this. I don't think I could pull
Okay,
this.
that's all. No problem. I'm sure
Maybe
people.
there's not-
I'm sure people believe us. It was just. I was like, that'd be super dope to be able to pull that up. But yeah, that's. I would imagine other people can do this if they just watch the free stuff. Watch any of the stuff on this channel, but really like just go into that free course. Walks you through like step by step how to set up your account if you don't have one, which you already had an account, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how to.
With,
And then how to go in and do other things from there, and like set up the idea. I said it was like double your engagement by this weekend, and that literally it happened. That's perfect.
oh right. Yeah.
That's like the positioning. I was like, I wanted to like be like, by this weekend you double your engagement, because I know Monday usually is when the pastor wants to know like, how did last week do on social media. So it sounds like you were able to double your engagement for $10.
That's why I was kind of pressured. Like, oh my god, Monday I have a meeting with the pastor. And I'm like, oh great, like what have I done? But it didn't. Once I showed him on Monday, hey pastor, have you seen our latest post? I'm like, I think it's blowing up. And what I did with that post, when these people started liking it, I'll invite them to the page, and I'll get like real people liking the page.
Ah.
I get followers from the lookalike ads. That's the funny thing. It's like it's.
Dang.
It's like we mentioned earlier. It was like the domino effect.
Yep.
You do one thing and everything else stacks onto each other.
Yep. Dang. Well, that's awesome, man. Was that meeting good when you met with Pastor?
Oh, absolutely.
You were like, yeah, let's go. That's how he said. He was like, Shakib told me about you. I'm like, who is Shakib? I was like, Shakib from Instagram comments or YouTube comments. And I was like, dang. And then
guy.
yeah, and then I was like, now it all clicked. Like, you were social media manager. You reached out to Pastor and all that. So man, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are seeing good stuff. Had you boosted posts before?
So in my church, I think the people before me, going back to some of the old posts, I saw boosts for like, oh god, Pat's probably gonna kill me for saying this.
No, you don't have to say the number. You don't have to say the number if you don't want to.
But yeah, I saw boosts for like an astronomical amount. I'm like, good god. And then there was nothing in return. I'm like,
yeah, that's
it was just all reach.
Yeah,
like
that's.
anyone could see it. Like some dude in Burger King could see it. For God's sake, like I'm just dude
Because
exactly.
people in Burger King don't need Jesus. I'm just funny. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you don't have to name the exact number, but that's funny. It's like that's what I saw a lot of, and it's just lack of education. It's just not knowing. Like, how would you know if you had never, like, if I didn't step out of the church doing this stuff, I wouldn't have known all the stuff I know now. So that's why I'm trying to come back in and be like, hey guys, we should really rethink what we're doing here on social media. So it's yeah.
Find some. I mean, with the lookalike audience, people were like sharing my content, right? And I think I had like 6 people share my content to some sort of Christian group. So what I did, I added those groups, and now every time I'm posting anything, to get organic likes, organic reach first, I'll share my content into those groups. And add, just to build upon it.
Got it. Dang, you're networking all across Facebook and stuff now.
Trying, man. That lookalike, man, it's a disease now.
Yeah, guys. Now, in case you don't know, a lookalike is basically like you build an audience off of the people who are like the people in a what is called seed audience. So I think for Shakib's audience, you chose in the course too. I teach it's like the FB or Facebook and Instagram engagers who have engaged in the last year. We take those people and we build a lookalike of those people. So Facebook will find people based on pages they like, their activity on Facebook, demographics and all that, and find the people who are likely to also engage. So we're taking the people who are actually already engaged with us on social media and saying, let's find more people like that. That's what he's saying when he says lookalike audience. In case you were watching, like, what is a lookalike audience that they keep talking about? And you set that up once, and then you're good to go. So it takes away the guessing. I remember I used to guess a lot on like other churches, Christianity, targeting, like all of these things, and age, and moms, and like all of these things. And
that is exactly what I would do.
Yeah. Yes.
Who should I target? Okay, married couples. I don't know.
And then it makes it confusing. You're like, well, I don't want to show this content to moms, and I don't want to show this content to single people, and it just gets real confusing. Versus starting here with the base. And as you move forward, then seeing like based on the comments, hey, people are talking about divorce. I should probably put up a piece of content around that with my lookalike targeting that I can then target separated relationship, run content to a lookalike audience with a layer of targeting with separated as the relationship.
Right.
And you can get real granular like that, but you're still going off that seed audience of people who are likely to engage, but then you segment it out. So that's where I think it gets fun, but I don't even talk about that stuff yet because I'm just like, let's just look alike first. Step one.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's like taking a picture, then you trying to like
zoom in. Yeah, that's a great dude. You have great analogies. The domino analogy, the crop in analogy of.
I mean, I saw a picture thing from your YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
Taking a photo, you just crop it down, scale it up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I was trying to update that. I saw people doing that. I was like, this would be good. So any tips for like social media managers out there, whether they're just getting started and they work at a church, or they've been doing it for a while and they're feeling frustrated and wondering, like the feeling you described. You had said something. You said I was worried. Like, is my pastor going to fire me? I had that feeling too. When I wasn't social media manager, I was social media director, but I was still like, oh man, like you feel so accountable for all of the numbers, but you still don't have control over the numbers when it's organic. So like any advice on how to navigate that for social media managers?
Well, like you said, organically you're only reaching 10% of your audience, right? Mm-hmm. As you mentioned this before. So
some people have shared though in these Facebook groups that they're reaching more, so maybe they are reaching more. But yeah,
I feel like good advice: keep it simple. Because man, when I first started, I'm like, oh yeah, let me make this humongous dialogue of text with just a simple little picture. I'm like, hold on, maybe I'm doing too much. I mean, the whole concept of less is more is good.
Yeah.
I feel like with church social media, you shouldn't always pitch a service. I feel like it should be 1 out of 4. Like there should be like at least 3 contents where you're engaging with people, or talking about a sermon and all that, and then do your if you have an online course, then put that in there or something like that.
Yep.
Like, if that makes sense. But because if you keep on pitching something on in a church page, people are like, okay, all right. If they're slowly, I mean, that's what I noticed before. Is they slowly go away from it.
And what sucks is you never really know when it happens. I always would say that to our social media team. It's like you will never know when it actually happens when we lose somebody's attention. There's no way to measure that.
Yeah, sadly. With that also, best thing, reply to comments. I feel like I'm guessing it's not a myth, but if you reply to every comment, it kind of ranks you up in a way.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems like it would if they want to engage community and improve community. So yeah, that sounds right. We'll go with that.
So reply to comments. Make simple posts. Be more engaging with people. Share to groups to grow organically.
That's a good one.
Groups. Like we had in our church, we had a thing called we had a month where we're doing as a matter of fact, it was the month where I actually found your page last month, July. Yeah. We did the 31-day Proverbs challenge, and every time we'll come up with a post or a graphic, we'll post that graphic into like a Bible verse group on Facebook, or
that's Bible smart.
Verse. Yeah, and this is before I came into yourself. Like, now if I were to do that with the lookalike stuff, things would have been way different right now. Like a grade,
Oh, that's funny. Well, these are great tips. I'm gonna, if you guys have any, I'll have Shakib leave a comment on the video once I post it, and if you have any questions, just reply to his comment in there, and he can get right back to you with any questions. But I wanted to bring him on because I feel like a lot of social media managers in groups, in Facebook groups or online, have so many questions and have so many things that they are wondering about or stumped on. But I just noticed Shakib was just hopping in there, doing stuff, taking care of things that he needed to do. And it wasn't even asking questions. Would ask for little clarifying questions, but he'd find the information himself and do stuff with it. And I just I want to see that spirit more in social media managers across the board. And if you don't have that or you don't feel like that's you, like maybe that isn't the right seat for you at your church. I know that's like a harsh way to look at it, but at the end of the day, like if you don't have that ability already to just get content and go, it's likely that you're in a role where you don't like what you do every day. And I just noticed, I'm like, when it is there, you have that passion, you're going to go and you're just looking for, quick tips, and then you're going to run with that and do stuff with it. And I love that tip about the groups. I never thought about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a nice little, like I said, it's a nice, with social media, you're working for, if you're working in the church social media, you learn so much, and that you could take that knowledge and just apply it to other things if you want to like venture out and do your own thing one day. Like even with me with acting and all that, lookalike audience helped out with that too. What is sweet spot?
Did you last question? Did you do social media before you were at the church?
Yeah, I did. I did social media before. I used to do like a little a Shopify store back in the day.
Ah, nice.
When it first came out, well, not really first. When it first was like popular, but
were you drop shipping?
Yeah, I was drop shipping.
Nice. Whoa, what was your product, if you don't mind sharing?
I had this thing called Lift Lockets, which is pretty much a bracelet with a dumbbell on it.
Oh, that
workout jewelry, I guess, and it did pretty okay. But then over time, like, man, I'm spending. That time I didn't know that much about Facebook ads, and oh my god, I was losing so much money on Facebook ads. I'm like, oh my god, I left an ad running for 2 months I didn't even know about. Like, good god, it's hit my account so badly. So I was like, I was YouTube, but then I slowly learned, and then now I'm like just more into it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I got hired as a social media strategist May, so I got hired during the lockdown, the whole quarantine thing.
Before or after?
For the church.
When did COVID hit? It was before.
I think end of March when COVID
yeah,
everything.
I think it was.
We're like,
oh dang!
That extra time, man, I just use it to research, man. It's like
that's it right there. That's how you learn.
2020 with a new skill, like.
Dude, that's yes, that's the key right there. Just hungry to learn as much as you can. So, yeah, man, thanks for coming on and inspiring other social media managers at churches to kind of step it up and see what's possible. And maybe it's the bird. Maybe the bird is the good luck charm.
I mean, apparently it lives up to like 50 or 60 years, so it's gonna outlive us all.
Really? I didn't realize birds get so old.
Yeah, it's an interesting piece of work. It's easy, man. Honestly, birds are so easy to take care of. That's a whole different topic.
My wife actually wants a bird, so yeah, I may have to hit you up on questions about that. So, man, thank you so much though for hopping on and sharing that post too that you did, and I'm excited to see the results. And yeah, please do share more as you see results with stuff you're doing, and share what you're learning.
In the future, I'm going to see more posts because, like I said, I have a post I made on Monday, which is gaining a lot of traction. So I'll send it to you later on if you ever want to use it on social media. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, say feel free.
I'm pretty proud of it.
What happened?
I'm pretty proud of it. That's why now.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad. I'm still blown away. That $10 or like $11, $15 is all you spent on that, dude. That's really good.
Exactly.
Dang. All right, guys. Well, that's it from Shakib. And, like he was saying, if you want to get that free course, you can go to churchfacebookads.com, download that. It's completely free, 3 videos that will help you double your social media engagement by this weekend. And that's proof right there that it will. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
See you in the comments.